హాయ్ అండి, అందరికీ నమస్కారం. రాధేశ్యామ్ ఈ టైటిల్కి ఇంట్రడక్షన్ అవసరం లేదు. ఈ టైటిల్తో ఉన్న సినిమా ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందని వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నారు, కానీ అది 11th మార్చ్కి మన అందరినీ ఎంటర్టైన్ చేయడానికి మన ముందుకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. సో మరి ఆ ఫిలిం గురించి మనకి బోలెడని ఎక్సైటింగ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్, మూమెంట్స్ అండ్ అలాగే స్టార్ కాస్ట్ కూడా ఉన్నారు. అందులో ఒకరే భాగ్యశ్రీ. మైనే ప్యార్ కియా అన్న చిత్రంతో ఆవిడ అలా హల్చల్ సృష్టించారు. అందరు మనుషుల్ని కూడా దోచుకోవడం మొదలుపెట్టారు. దాని తర్వాత చాలా ఫిలిమ్స్ చేసి గ్యాప్ తీసుకొని ఇప్పుడు రాధేశ్యామ్లో మన ప్రభాస్ గారి మదర్ రోల్లో కనిపించబోతున్నారు. సో భాగ్యశ్రీ గారు మనతో పాటు ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి ఈ రాధేశ్యామ్ జర్నీ గురించి తెలుసుకుందాం రండి. హాయ్.
Hi,
ఐ హోప్ యూ
Namaskar.
అండర్స్టాండ్. ఐ వాజ్ లైక్ రోడో బోల్తే
No,
రहोगे
I
मैं तो.
understood everything.
లవ్లీ. ఓ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు.
I understand when you speak slowly, I will understand what you
హౌ
speak.
కమ్ ఎలా హౌ కైసా?
Um, I guess also seeing a lot of Telugu cinema, but
Okay.
also on set when everyone's speaking Telugu, you have to know that no one's speaking anything about you.
Oh, okay. So, yes, after long gap, again you started your second innings from this film. So, tell me about this. Like, what point excited you most to say yes?
What point excited me was to get back to Telugu cinema.
Right.
Because I know I've got so much of love from here after Maine Pyar Kiya released, and I did a couple of films in Telugu also during that time, which was received very well. And then of course I took a break, so I didn't manage to get back to Telugu cinema for my fans. So I think this is lovely to get back.
Yeah. And when Radha narrated you the script, so you know which point, like ये ही सही मौका है, ये ही सही फिल्म है, क्या मैजिक लगा फिल्म
I
में?
think because it was challenging to learn something different, to do something new. It wasn't a regular mother's role where you're standing and you're giving sermons to your son, otherwise you're crying for your son. Regular mother's roles are only doing that.
Yeah.
But this required me to challenge myself to learn a new skill. So, which was very interesting. I am not a dancer, and yet he approached me to do a role of a dance whiz who is playing Prabhas's mother. She is a dance whiz.
Okay.
And her being a dancer is a very important factor in Prabhas's life. So, when that was narrated to me as a story, I found that very interesting because I like to do something that's challenging. Everything should be new. So, people haven't seen me perform something like this. And that's the reason why I said, let's do it.
బట్ మదర్ రోల్ అనగానే కొంచెం ఏదైనా నర్వస్నెస్ వచ్చిందా మీకు? యూనో మదర్ ఈవెన్ బిలీవబిలిటీ కొంచెం తక్కువగానే ఉంటుంది బికాస్ యు ఆర్ స్టిల్ లైక్ దట్.
When Radha approached me and I asked him, I said, don't you feel that people may not accept me as, playing his mother? And he said, but I need a young mother. Aren't you a mother? I said, yes. Don't you have grown up children? I said, yes. Saying, so why can't you be an inspiration for all the other mothers who are your age and who can still look like this? You can remain fit, you can look like this, you can still look pretty, and you take care of yourself. So why shouldn't my film become an inspiration for all those women who have crossed 50? So I have crossed 50, and if I can look like this...
నో నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్. బిట్ షాకింగ్ ఇది.
No, I'm very proud of my age. My sons crossed 30. So they would probably want not their age to come out. So I'm not saying anything, but I'm
Abhimanyu,
very, very proud of my
I-
age.
బట్ ఎలా మేనేజ్ చేయగలుగుతున్నారు? యూనో సేమ్ ఫిట్నెస్ అండ్ సేమ్ గ్లామర్, సేమ్
Well,
చామ్ అండ్
like you've been saying that you've been watching my Instagram. So
ఓకే. సో అయితే ఇంత గ్యాప్ తర్వాత ఎవ్రీథింగ్ చేంజ్, యూనో లాట్ ఆఫ్ అప్గ్రేడ్ అయిపోయింది, అప్డేట్ అయిపోయింది, డిజిటల్ వచ్చేసింది. అండ్ ఇప్పుడు ఇన్ని ఇయర్స్ తర్వాత అగైన్ కెమెరా ముందుకు వచ్చి ఫుల్ ప్లేజ్డ్ రోల్ ఒకటి ఇంతమంది యాక్టర్స్తో చేస్తున్నప్పుడు, అండ్ వాట్ వాజ్ యువర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్?
OTT platform, because of these past 2 years especially, I think all of us have been exposed to international cinema. I'm not just talking Hollywood, but cinema may be made in Korea, in China, in Europe. and it gives you a very different perspective of how filmmaking is done, how characters are written. Also, I think lot of youngsters are now also living abroad, traveling abroad, so they know what international life is.
Correct.
So stories are written in a very, very different way. Like our story, Radheshyam, is also about not being in India, but it's also a travel to another place. And initially, probably when they would have started out, they would have probably thought, how can Indian audience connect with someone staying abroad? But that is not the problem here anymore. I think everyone does travel. The youngsters especially relate to going abroad and spending their time abroad. So you can relate with people who enjoy travel.
Okay.
And this movie, I think, holds that of a lot of importance, of being in another place, in another time zone, and yet feeling and remaining within the Indian values. So this film together brings upon a lot of new aspects, which I thought was excellent from the time that I have been in cinema to now. That gap didn't seem that much because of the smoothness of the transition.
Okay.
So I feel that this new age cinema is something that I really look forward to. What has also helped is having my young children who are constantly teaching me, Mom, this has to be like this, this has to be like this.
Everyday learning experience,
Yes.
of course, yeah.
So people say they learn from their elders, I learn from my children. And that's what keeps me young. That's what keeps me young.
So yeah, people are waiting to know this answer. అంటే ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి ఆన్సర్ తెలుసుకోవాలని వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నారు తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్. దట్ ఈస్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ ద టాలెస్ట్, మోస్ట్ హ్యాండ్సమ్ అండ్ పాన్ వరల్డ్ స్టార్, యాజ్ ఐ మెన్షన్ బిఫోర్. సో ప్రభాస్ తో వర్కింగ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఎలా అనిపించింది?
So before I had met Prabhas, of course, I, like many other people, have seen Bahubali, which is larger than life. And what he portrays on screen comes across like this huge, humongous character who would probably have a very deep voice and comes and maintains that, distance and keeps to himself and quiet. Prabhas is not like that.
Okay.
He is not like that on set at all. He is very talkative.
For the first time I'm hearing this.
Yes, yeah. He's very talkative. I think you just need to get comfortable with him, but he is really talkative. And
He's very shy.
I think what we bonded on was food. So we would constantly be speaking about food. What is cooked in his
आप सही में
home.
खाते हो क्या? मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा.
मैं खाती भी हूँ और बहुत अच्छा खाना बनाती भी.
ये तो सुनकर मजा आ गया.
Absolutely.
नेक्स्ट टाइम कुकिंग शो प्लान करेंगे.
No, honestly, in fact, मेरे घर में 3 times in a week, at least thrice a week, I have to have idli, dosa, appam. Without that,
like full-fledged South Indian.
yes, without that, my children and my husband will throw me out of the house. They have to have that.
Okay.
So thrice a week, my breakfast at home has to be this.
Oh.
So yes.
పూర్తి స్థాయిలో సౌత్ ఇండియన్ గా మారిన భాగ్యశ్రీ గారు. కంప్లీట్ సౌత్ ఇండియన్ భాగ్యశ్రీ గారు.
So so we bonded a lot over food. So it was very comfortable, and what I would feel is my very first scene after a very long time into Telugu cinema was with Prabhas. So when I walked on set, I was like, okay, pan India star, I don't know, he'll maintain his distance. Supposing I don't say a line in Telugu properly, I don't know. Yeah, like he won't want to do a rehearsal. I had no idea.
Okay.
And I walk onto set and he says, "Ma'am, we're such big fans of yours. We've been watching your movie ever since." And I said, "Oh, what a pleasure it is to work with you." And I said, "Okay, now I'm comfortable."
I forgot to tell you actually one thing. I'm a big fan of you. मैंने प्यार किया तो इतने बार देख चुकी थी मैं तो. Yeah, one of my favorite film.
But yes, so it was very comfortable with him.
Okay.
And very, very humble person. He didn't have any airs on set. You could see how everyone is very comfortable with him.
Okay.
So he is not like throwing his weight around or behaving high and mighty, nothing like that. He wishes everyone on the set, everyone is, you know, smiling, laughing,
कोई
joking
बिहेव
about
किया
it.
था क्या ऐसा कुछ you know
No, you've
attitude
you
and
had people, yeah, of course you come to know, and you have people like that who have that attitude, who don't want to talk to people nicely, and they think because they are the stars, uh, people on the set should all look up to them, but they don't give the other people respect, which I feel is bad, because filmmaking is all about teamwork.
true
So right from the spot boy to your hairdresser to your cameraman to, you know, just about everyone on set, everyone is putting in their effort to make the film a success. So it's not just the hero or the heroine who is actually taking to the film to be a success. I think all these people matter. All their hard work put together
True.
makes the film.
correct
And then the final touches are by the editor and
DA
by
sound
the
team,
PR team, by the publicity, and then the audience.
anchors you forgot you're not
Anchors-
mentioning
no,
we are
but-
also part of promotions
But I think audience is God.
of course yes
So no matter how much hard work everyone puts in, the audience gives the verdict. So I think a film becomes bigger, larger than life, and